Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adaugo, and I'm excited about today's story. It was early this year, yeah, when my baby turned 2 years, that I wanted to share this story, but I've not had the time to. I've not been in like a good mental state to even share the story, but I knew I was gonna share it one day. So it's the story of my supernatural childbirth. One of the reasons I want to share this story is it's not only when bad things happen that it's good to share it. How do I even put it? There are lots of bad news out there. There are lots of bad news out there on the internet, and it's good to have some sort of good news and a source of encouragement to others. And I also want to give God all the glory in public. Okay, I want to return all the glory to God for the privilege to experience supernatural childbirth. See, I don't know, I don't care what anybody thinks. All I know is that I experienced supernatural childbirth. Pregnancy wasn't a very easy journey. Okay, it wasn't a very easy journey for me, but I still thank God. And then another reason is that when I was pregnant, I was reading about supernatural childbirth. So I went on YouTube and searched to see if I could find anybody sharing their experience on supernatural childbirth. I met a lot of videos that said that supernatural childbirth something was a scam. They believed so much, and it was the worst. It was the worst pregnancy and delivery story they experienced. The pain was terrible, yada yada yada. Then I now watched one video. And there is something that stood out for me. The woman said her muscles were contracting, but she didn't know. So when she got to the hospital, because of course she believed God for supernatural childbirth. So when she got to the hospital, they connected her to all these computer stuff that will monitor your vital signs and every other changes in your body. And at some point, either every 1 minute or every 5 minutes, the computer something will beep. So she asked the nurse, why is that thing beeping? So the nurse told her that she was in active labor. She said, wow, and she wasn't feeling any pain. She didn't even know. So that story encouraged me so much and built my faith. So I wanted to put out my own story there too, just to encourage women that are yet to get pregnant, that pregnancy is not such a scary thing. And pregnancy, in as much as there are physical discomforts involved, it doesn't have to be as terrible as Nollywood movies paint it. It doesn't have to be as terrible as people share on the internet. Now, you are entitled to your own opinion. You are entitled to your own experience, okay? But I don't really like it when people have negative experiences or bad experiences about pregnancy, delivery, postpartum. They will now come and be generalizing it and now say that is how pregnancy should be, that's how delivery should be. No, it's not like I don't think it's okay like that. Okay, so I'm here to share my own story, to encourage you that pregnancy doesn't have to be so terrible as people paint it. Now, before I got married, I had a friend. When she was pregnant, she vomited a lot. She felt she had issues with her blood pressure. I mean, it wasn't easy for her to even come to work. It was not easy. So I tried as much as possible to help her. It wasn't easy for her. It wasn't easy. At least the first trimester. I know people that, they have to spend days in the hospital because especially that first trimester was so difficult for them. So I kept on telling that my friend, when I get pregnant, and then constipation, she had constipation. I mean, I kept on telling that my friend, when I get pregnant, when I get married and get pregnant, I'm not gonna be experiencing all these things. I was just saying it, and of course, I didn't want to experience all those things I was hearing. Okay, I heard people say, I've heard in Nollywood, when a woman is during delivery, the woman will be shouting, breaking things, slapping anybody around around her. I didn't want to experience those. I mean, what's the point? Is there any point? Is there any need of me to experience all those things? Because I want to bring life into the world. Onwere need. Answer me. Onwere need. I mean, onwere need obuna. Iota. So, I now got married. I now got married. The first 3 months, I didn't get pregnant. I didn't get pregnant. So my husband started getting worried. So his worry now started worrying me. I now started praying to God. God, I beg. Wait, what is happening here? Please, what is happening here? Please, I want to get pregnant, I beg. So I started researching, studying about ovulation, the menstrual cycle, trying to make sure that I got it right, read books, watched videos on how to calculate your ovulation. So, why I'm sharing this backstory is, when I got pregnant, I did not know. In fact, I was pregnant. In fact, there was a month I felt I was pregnant because I changed location. Whenever I change location, my system is affected. Because I changed location, so my menstrual cycle was not affected. I thought I was pregnant, but lo and behold, I was not pregnant. Hey, Jesus. I said, God, I beg. I need to get pregnant. So we now booked an appointment with a fertility doctor. We went to the fertility doctor. I didn't know that at that time we went to the fertility doctor, I was already pregnant. I did not know. The doctor searched everything, did everything, asked us questions, did his test, and I said we should wait for 6 months or 1 year. Then if nothing happens, then we can start fertility treatment. So we went back home. So before then, I read Supernatural Childbirth by Jackie Mice. Throughout my pregnancy, I think I read that book 3 times because I needed to internalize it. I needed to internalize those words. And there is one thing that Jackie Mice said that stood out for me, that it is before you get pregnant that you need to build your faith on supernatural childbirth. So I wrote out the scriptures from the book. I wrote out the confessions from the book. I started speaking them. I started declaring them. I started talking to my body to align, because I don't see any reason why I will be pregnant and I cannot now eat very well. And when I manage to eat, I'll be vomiting it. Why is that? And when it's time for delivery, I will not be shouting because of pain. Why is that? What? See, it didn't make any sense to me, honestly. Pregnancy is a beautiful thing. It will be difficult on your body to adjust. Your stomach is big. You are now walking somehow. You are now urinating a lot. Might be feeling tired and all. But I don't see any reason why I should be vomiting all the food I'm eating. No, I don't want that. Or I'm having constipation. See, okay, please don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to shame people that had all this experience. No, that's not my intention. No. But this was my experience. This was my thoughts. Okay, this was what I thought. This was what I experienced. I didn't see any reason why I should experience all those things. So I now started telling God, I don't want to experience all these things. I just want to be pregnant. And when it's time for me to push out my baby, I push out my baby, free course unhindered. I don't want to go through the stress, because being pregnant alone is stress. Because I can't lie down on my stomach. I cannot do some things. I cannot carry heavy. I mean, you know what I mean. There are people that are so active when they are pregnant. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that being pregnant alone puts like a strain on your body. So all those extra nausea, vomiting, constipation, loss of appetite, sense of smell will be affected. All those extra things that come with it, and then pain during delivery. All those extra things, I don't want them. I don't want them. I can deal with urinating plenty. I can deal with not lying on my stomach. I can deal with, the physical discomfort of being pregnant. But you see all those extra things, please take them away, please, because I want to enjoy my pregnancy. That's what I kept on telling God, kept on declaring, kept on talking to my body to align. I didn't get 100% of what I prayed for, but I am still grateful to God. So let me continue my story. So I now got pregnant. I did not know. In fact, the day I found out I was pregnant was, and I have been exercising. That period I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to be healthy and fit. I was eating vegetables, exercising every morning with my neighbor. Every morning we'll go and run. I don't know how many kilometers. Exercise. I'll do sit-up, I'll do press-up, I'll do plank. I was doing exercise. So that morning, Monday morning, I woke up. Me and my husband finished praying. He was not preparing to walk. Me, I was preparing to go and exercise. My neighbor already came to my door to call me. So I'm sure it was the Holy Spirit that told me, Auntie, go and check this thing. I had PT strip at home. I now checked. The way the double line popped out on my face, as in, I now shouted, baby, come and see. Because I'm not sure if I was even expecting it, because I wasn't feeling pregnant. I was not feeling anything at all. That's how my husband said, oh yeah, no more exercise for you. And my supernatural childbirth journey started. So I continued praying every day, But that first trimester, I had this severe waist pain. So severe waist pain, as per, I cannot stand for long, I cannot sit down for long. It was just lie down, maybe stand up or sit down when I want to eat or when I want to bathe, now. So because of that severe waist pain, I called my mom and told her. My mom now said, people usually experience it if the baby wants to go. I say, what is that? Waiting be that. But somehow I knew that my baby was going nowhere. Where did you think it was about? Where? So I now called the hospital, called the doctor. The doctor, I now went for my antenatal. The doctor now also said the same thing my mom said. He said malaria, but I'm sure it wasn't malaria because I already treated malaria. It wasn't malaria. It was threatened abortion. That was what he called it. He gave me some drugs and placed me on bed rest. So that was how I wasn't feeling pregnant, but as long as I was taking my medication and lying down, I was fine. But if I stood up for long or sat down for long, I would be feeling that waist pain. So that was how I didn't have any nausea or vomiting or loss of appetite or change of appetite or nkewanu. No, I vomited. I think I vomited once or twice. Once or so. There was one food I ate. Somebody gave me one ofe salad. Like I said, the food did not agree with my body, so I just threw down the entire food, and that was it. But throughout the first trimester, as far as I was having my bed rest, I was perfect. Second trimester, before the end of second trimester, the whole waist pain, the entire waist pain disappeared, and I was as strong as, and there is something else. Another thing I did during that my pregnancy was, whenever people say, whenever I go to hospital and they say some negative things, I'll come back to God and tell God, you see this particular one, I don't want to experience it. I don't want to experience it. No, I don't want to experience it. So if you need a copy of that supernatural childbirth, I still have a soft copy. Just send me an email, send me a message, and I'll forward it to you, okay? Yeah, someone forwarded it to me, and it actually helped my life. The woman experienced natural childbirth, almost all her four pregnancies, and I keyed into her faith. I received my miracle, and it was like that. So I kept on telling God, during the delivery, I want to, when I get to the hospital, I'm already fully dilated. Then I'll push out my baby. I don't want any of those stress. Yada yada yada. So in the hospital, they keep on telling us that you have to feel that pain, that contraction pain. You have to feel it. That's when you know that you are in labor. I mean, they'll be saying a lot of negative things. So when we go, sometimes they will not say, that colic that children used to have. They will not have this severe pain, and they will not be crying non-stop. They now taught us in the hospital that because their intestines are enlarging and rearranging, that's why they feel the pain. I now asked myself, so if my baby's intestines are rearranging and enlarging, is that a good reason for them to be wriggling in pain? It's not a good reason. It's not a good reason. So because of that, I don't want my children to experience that kind of pain. What? And Emmanuel grew up without that pain. As in, without that pain, trust me. As in, there is no day he cried endlessly or tirelessly or whatever. His intestine and every part of his body grew and rearranged, and nothing, no pain like that. Please don't be agreeing to all those negative. When you hear something negative, please, and you don't want to experience it in pregnancy, in delivery, postpartum, please don't agree. Because once you agree, and your mind will be telling you, okay, this is the normal thing, all those negative things are the normal thing, then it becomes normal to you. Please, there is nothing normal about it. All those things can happen without pain and suffering. Yes. So, and I heard a lot that third trimester is usually the most difficult, because for you to even stand up from the bed, you will now roll and roll and there is nothing I did not hear. But anyone I heard, and I don't want to experience it, I'll tell God, this one is not for me, please. I also heard that the placenta will tie children's, some part of their body, and not lead to CS and all those complications. I started praying against it. See, anyone you hear that is negative, believe me, it is not normal. It's not normal. Don't believe it as normal. You understand? Just exercise your faith. If you read that book, you will understand that supernatural childbirth is our inheritance. Is our own. It's part of what Christ died to give us. Just receive it. You don't have to suffer so much through our pregnancy. So third trimester, I was so strong. No waist pain again. I could take 1 hour walks. I mean, I was doing all the house chores, because I now went home to give birth. As I went home to my parents, I was doing all the chores. My mom was looking at me. Why are you so strong like this? I'll tell her, Mommy, supernatural childbirth. Yeah, I've told you this thing before. Supernatural childbirth. No pain on delivery. No pain. I mean, it's supernatural. She was looking at me. I was so strong. My part is the part of the righteous, and it shines brighter and brighter unto the perfect day. So, second trimester should be better than first trimester. Third trimester should be better than second trimester. That was what I believed and confessed, and it came to pass. 40 weeks came. Emmanuel say he doesn't want to come out. He doesn't want to come out. I say, what's happening? I went to hospital that day, 40th day, as in my EDD. My EDD. I now told the doctor that today is the day I'm supposed to give birth. I'm not feeling anything. Nothing is happening. And you know that before then, I started having Braxton Hicks. Braxton Hicks is not the main contraction, but your muscles will be contracting. Means that the baby wants to come out. The delivery period is closed. The baby wants to come out, but that's not like the main one. So whenever I have that Braxton Hicks, my baby, and I will feel, the way I will feel it is like my baby will carry bum up, because he has already positioned himself to come out. So carry bum up. I'll now tell him, Chiagozim, calm down, just carry your bum down. That was how I experienced Braxton Hicks. I didn't know it was even contraction. It's contraction that is called, right? Yeah. And one thing that book said, that supernatural childbirth book said, that your muscles can contract without it necessarily paining you. You understand? And that was what I wanted to experience. So the doctor now told me that don't worry, I still have 2 weeks. Say it's 40 weeks plus or minus 2 weeks. I should still have 2 weeks. You know, if at the end of 2 weeks the baby doesn't come out, then they will induce labor. I said, okay, let me go home now. I kept on doing my exercise every day. I walk. Me and my younger sister. Oh, she was a great support system to me. I walk and come back. I walk and come back. My legs were swollen because somehow, for a strange reason, I wanted swollen legs, and that was what I experienced. Swollen legs. From second trimester, my legs were swollen. When I saw, as in, you know, I for some strange reason, I literally wanted swollen legs. I don't even know why. But I don't think I want swollen legs again. So, as my legs, one afternoon, my legs were swollen. I called the doctor. He said, go and check your BP. My BP was perfect. 120/8. You know, they even reached 120, 110. You know, my sugar level, everything was just perfect. So, on the day before I gave birth, making it 42 weeks. Me, I was already tired of being pregnant. And people that already knew my delivery time started asking me, you never born? My mom will go out and come back and tell me, you never born? That was not nice at all. That was not nice. So a day before, and I was tired of being pregnant. I said, what is this, please? I don't want again, please. I want to give birth to this baby because the baby's head was sitting on my bladder and it was not easy. So, a day before, I say, what is happening here? I now decided to pray in tongues. I now decided to pray in tongues 2 hours straight. You know, I've not prayed in tongues for 2 hours straight before, but I've prayed like 1 hour, more than 1 hour. So, I now started praying in tongues. Anything that is holding my baby from coming out, please. Okay, I'm not sure I said please. I commanded it to lose its hold. I need my baby to come out. Please, I need to be free. I'm tired of being pregnant. So I prayed that day. After 1 hour, I started looking at time to check when 2 hours will. I'll be praying in tongues. I'll look at time. I'm saying this so you not think I'm one spirit cocoa somebody. I was looking at time. It's not that I already decided to pray 2 hours. I wanted to reach the 2 hours. I prayed in tongues. I wanted my baby to come out. Whatever that is holding you, lose your hold on my baby. Come out. So that night, so the Monday evening, after I finished praying, I ate. Of course, I was eating. My appetite did not change. There was no gestational disease. Everything was perfect. My baby was positioned perfectly. The placenta was positioned perfectly because I commanded the placenta. If you don't tie any part of my baby's body, don't try it. Just go where you're supposed to stay and stay there and do your work. My baby is positioned perfect. Everything was perfect. Amniotic fluid was sufficient. I give God all the glory for supernatural childbirth. If you ask me, that is supernatural childbirth, right? So that day I slept. Then in the morning, I woke up by 4 a.m. I woke up by 4 a.m. to pray. So I now prayed. After praying, I took a pineapple from the fridge, drank water, and went back to bed. As I was lying down, maybe around 5 to 6, I was lying down. I now felt something move. I just knew that my mucus plug, because I wasn't expecting any pain during delivery. I wasn't expecting any pain. So during one of those antenatal classes, I had to ask, please, how will I know when to go to hospital? Because I don't expect to feel any pain. How do I know when to carry myself and move to the hospital? That told me the 3 major signs of the fact that you are ready to give birth. Number 1 is when your muscles start contracting, like maybe 1 minute apart, or 5 minutes apart. I mean, number two is when your water breaks. That when your water breaks, disappear from your house and appear in the hospital. That was how that nurse explained it to me that day. And number three, when your mucus plug shifts. I mean, when you get that show, they call it show. It's like catarrh, maybe mixed with a little blood. Then you know that you're ready to give birth to your baby. So I felt it in my body when the mucus plug shifted. So I now woke up. When I woke up, I discovered that my water had already broken self. So my sister was sleeping beside me, and I called her, Meso, see, my water has broken. I was so excited. I was so excited. I remember my baby was still carrying bomb up. I didn't know it was, active contraction. They call it labor, but I made sure that labor was not in my dictionary throughout my pregnancy. I made sure of that because labor sounds tedious. It sounds somehow. So I prefer to use contraction. You understand? So even they call it labor room. I made sure labor did not enter my dictionary. It was delivery room for me. Contraction, delivery room. I did not want to use all those negative words because I know what I wanted. I don't want to suffer, suffer because I want to give birth to my child. So that's how I was so happy. I was so happy. Oh God. I now went and bathed. After bathing, I now bathed, dressed very, brought out my hospital bag. So I now called my mom. She went for morning mass. I called her. She didn't pick. And I sent her a message like, my water has broken. Can you come back? My mommy jumped back, came back. I said, my labor will be done now. So they said, yes, now my water has broken. And they say when your water breaks, you disappear from your house and appear in the hospital. My mom said, I mean, she was confused that me, I wasn't feeling any pain. But I kept on telling her, and I did not know why she was doubting. Okay, I know why she was doubting me. She gave birth to 6 of us, and throughout the period of the delivery, she will have that painful contraction. She will be in labor. Yeah, I think it's called labor. She will be in labor for a whole 24 hours before she give. Why? She will be in pain for 24 hours straight before she will give birth. And I still don't understand it. Why should it be like that? If you understand where I'm coming from, okay, just tell me, because there's nothing easy about the pregnancy. There's nothing easy about delivery or even postpartum. So I don't see any reason why all those extra things should not come and add on top of the uneasiness. No. So we now waited and went to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, the nurse even thought I came for normal checkup. She finished checking my BP, checking my weight. I sat down and I told her, can a nurse come and check me? My water has broken. She said, oh, really? Do you know? When the nurse checked me, I was 7 cm dilated. 7. My mom was surprised. The nurses were surprised. I mean, that was what I prayed for now. That was it. So I actually prayed to God. I want to already 10 cm dilated. I want to give birth to my baby in the morning so that I will sleep over. The next day, I will carry my baby and go home. I already started telling God when I was pregnant, that day I want to wake up, my water will now break, I will now bathe, I will now go to hospital, I will now be 10 cm dilated. I will now push up my baby. So I was already 7 cm dilated, so I took it as answered prayers. You understand? I mean, that's how delivery should be. No, you shouldn't be shouting at people or breaking chairs or slapping anybody because you want to push out your baby. That's my opinion. That's my experience. And anybody that has suffered through pregnancy and delivery, I'm so sorry about it. I am. But what I'm trying to say is that this is my experience. And pregnancy and delivery shouldn't have to be full of suffering. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not condemning anybody's experience or expectations or whatever. I am not. So nobody should drag me. You understand? This is my own experience. And it will be beautiful for women to experience natural childbirth too. And don't get me wrong too. Jackie Ma is explaining in that book that supernatural childbirth is you carry your baby to full term. give birth to your baby, the mother is safe and the child is safe. So even if you had to go through all those gestational diseases, painful delivery period, complications, but at the end of it, you are perfect, your baby is perfect, you go through the healing process in postpartum, everybody is fine. That qualifies as supernatural childbirth. But I also agree with her that there are some perks that come with supernatural childbirth. And those perks mean that you don't have to suffer so much. And I agree with her. You understand? I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. Yeah. So that nobody will shame me. You understand? Because I've heard people that say they prayed for supernatural childbirth and they still experienced so much pain. So I don't have anything to say about that, but this is my experience. So I started moving up and down. My sister was videoing me. After some time now, my baby was still carrying bum up. So I now met the doctor. And the doctor, we went to Uniport together. She was my senior colleague. And I called her, Amaka, see, my baby is carrying bum up. Guys, I didn't know that was what people called labor. I think it's labor they call it, or contraction. I didn't know that my muscles that was contraction, So the doctor told me, that is labor now, that is contraction. That she was telling me it was happening every Friday. I said, Jesus, are you serious? Are you serious? Hey, I did not know. I had absolutely no idea that, I was experiencing that thing that woman, shared in her story. So, yeah, you'll be going through labor. Let me use the normal word. People say it's labor. You'll be going through labor, but you will not know you are going through labor because you're not feeling any pain. So that's how I moved around the hospital. Moved around the hospital. They now told me that I should go and rest so that I will not get tired of pushing my baby when the time has reached. So I now went to go and lie down. I was I say, wait, what is happening? 12 done they reach, 12 p.m. Emmanuel doesn't want to come out. Yeah. So I now called the doctor. They called the doctor. The doctor now said, okay, they now said that first child used to take time before the baby comes out. I really don't know about that. So the doctor now told them to induce the labor, as in to hasten the labor by inserting misoprostol, or what people popularly known as cytotec. They inserted half tablets. So my brothers and sisters, that was when the pain started. Hey, you see that bum that my baby was carrying up now started paining me when they inserted. I didn't want to insert that thing, but they now said it's okay. By the way, they now put a cannula just in case if they need to put IV fluid. But me, I know I do not need that thing, but it's okay. Just put whatever you want to put, if it's okay by you. So the pain now started. Jesus, waiting. I say, it will now pay. When my baby carries bum up, it will not pay me. My mom will now come and rub her magical hands on my back, and it will now calm down. I will stay small. It will pain me again. In the midst of that pain, I called my cousin Oluebe. I called her because we both had a prayer of agreement. December. I gave birth in January. I met her in December, so we both had a prayer of agreement. I told her all the things I wanted for the pregnancy and delivery and postpartum. So we, declared the word of God and we joined hands and agreed. So she seemed to be the only one that agreed with supernatural. When I tell people that I'm not going to experience any pain on delivery, they'll be wondering, where is this alien coming from? So in fact, my husband to follow. My husband will follow. My mom will follow. All of them. Nobody agrees supernatural. Do you know my husband even thought I cannot push out my baby because he felt I was not physically strong. You get what I mean? He felt I wasn't physically strong, so he even was reasoning serious in case if I'm not able to push out my baby. So that's how, but glory to God. I now called my cousin and asked her, please, where are you? She said she's in the lab working. So I told her, okay, that I'm about to give birth to my baby. I need you to pray. Pray for me, pray with me. She now told me, oh, Ada, congratulations, you know, it's gonna be smooth, it's gonna be easy, you give birth to your baby. I mean, she just declared words, prayed for me, you know, and told me to go ahead, that everything is perfect. After the call, I slept off. Someone that was, the muscles were contracting actively. I slept off. How I knew that I slept was, I heard myself snoring. So I knew I slept. So it was not the final pain that the baby was ready to come out that jerked me off from sleep. I shouted. They now rush, carry wheelchair, came, you know, and put me on the wheelchair, and we rushed to the delivery room. As I pushed my baby, I started pushing my baby. You know, they gave me a episiotomy anyway, a cut, a small cut. I started pushing out my baby, and I got tired physically. For a split second, I thought I couldn't do it. There's no way I'm gonna push out this baby. So I now asked the Holy Spirit, while I was breathing, panting, in my mind I said, Holy Spirit, don't leave me here. Don't try it. I thought I was going to go for CS for a split second. As they were encouraging me, try again. I will push. They would say, don't give up, Diego. I'll just give up because, excuse me. So I now told the Holy Spirit, don't leave me. Don't try it. Don't leave me here. I now pushed again. My baby came out. Free course, unhindered. The placenta followed. Oh, I thank God. And the delivery was, the postpartum was somehow overwhelming, but there was no complications. Everything was just smooth. And for some reason, the doctors and nurses thought I was going to feel pain. I don't know. I didn't know that women used to feel pain after delivery. Maybe from the stitching or whatever, there is sort of pain associated. I had no idea. So the following, the doctor now said, am I feeling any pain? I told her, am I supposed to feel any pain? He said, what kind of human being are you? I said, I don't know I'm supposed to feel. Are women supposed to feel pain after the stitching? I had no idea, but me, I did not feel any pain. Few days later, I was healed completely. I was healed. You know, I was still walking somehow, but after some time, with no pain actually, I was healed completely. And that is my supernatural childbirth story. I know that my story is long, but please watch to the end. If you watch to this point, subscribe to my channel, leave me nice comments in the comment section. What are your thoughts? What have been your experience and all that? And I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.